Good morning, 8th grade. Today, Wednesday, we're at the end of the Lord of the Flies. We're at chapter 12, which is divided into two sections on your page. I want to give you a brief introduction as we approach the final chapter of our book. You'll see here that there are three resources at the top. Part 1, Chapter 12, Part 2, with the audio and the reading text. And thirdly, a link that'll take you directly to the Lord of the Flies, Chapter 12 notes page. Again, hopefully you've been following along. You've been using those notes to help you with your reading and your comprehension, also with the short video that accompanies each one of those chapters. Again, I'm hoping that you're making good use of these resources. Chapter 12 brings us to the end where it appears that civilization has totally waned, has totally gone away from the island, and now Piggy's dead, and Ralph is left to literally run for his life. He's being chased like an animal, chased like a pig, and the intent is to do him up like a pig. And when they're done with him, practice cannibalism. And so now that Ralph is being hunted like a pig, we find that these young boys are literally going to be destroying the island without even thinking about the consequences that lie ahead. If they catch Ralph, and if they kill him, what's going to be left of their island? So the dynamic of interaction between Ralph and the other boys changes in the final chapter. Ralph is now an object to be pursued by the other boys who seem no longer able to make the distinction between hunting pigs and hunting each other. For Ralph, the other boys on the island bear no resemblance to the English schoolboys first stranded there. They're complete savages, without either a moral or a rational sensibility. They cease to exhibit those qualities that define them as civilized human beings. You'll notice the words that have been used in this summary here emphasize those themes. We're talking about civilization versus savagery, a lack of morality. Again, we remember Simon, who stood for those kinds of things. He was kind of the symbol of morality, the resemblance of spirituality on the island. Again, there's a certain part of Ralph that really has a hard time bringing himself to understanding what Jack and these other boys want to do to him. Again, Ralph is going to be left in chapter number 12 to try and defend for himself, and he's going to have to run around and defend himself, kind of like a pig who is being chased and hunted down. So first of all, the pig's head. The pig's head is a symbol of evil. Unfortunately, the evil that's inside of all people. Sam and Eric still like Ralph. However, Sam and Eric are intimidated and fear themselves, and so really helping Ralph isn't an option. Sam and Eric tell Ralph that Roger sharpened a stick at both ends, and Ralph has no clue what this means. I'm sure it's not entering his mind that maybe he himself would be skewered up like a pig. In the chapter, the woods are going to burn. And there's symbolism. Green stands for life, vitality. Things that are burned, things that are charred, well, that doesn't stand for life. So we see the island changing from green to blackened, burned. I want to introduce you to a term. It's not found in your book, but it's something that you're going to hear about here, and you'll, I'm sure, hear about when you get to high school. The term is called Deus Ex Machina. It's a term used in literature, in drama, when there's something that's really, really terrible that's going to happen. However, something miraculous occurs so that the terrible doesn't happen. So as you get to the end of the chapter, you're going to see how Ralph's life is surely going to come to an end. But there is a deus ex machina. There is an ending. For example, if a character falls off a cliff and a flying robot suddenly appears and swoops by to get him up, kind of like a cartoon. In literature, that would be known as a deus ex machina. Note that as you get to the end of the chapter. Class, once again, Lord of the Flies is divided into two sections. They're about equal in length. Chapter 12, Part 1 is 22 minutes, and Chapter 12, Part 2 is 24 minutes. Again, I encourage you to use that audio to help you go through the text. Use the notes section. Today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, your responsibility is to go through Chapter 12, Parts 1 and 2. And these 8 questions you can use as a discussion guide, and please respond to them as you get to use the response box. I know that some in the past have found it easy to simply take these, to copy these, and then to paste them into the response box below, and then in between each of these you can place your answer however you want, and then simply click the submit. So once again, your assignment for today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday, is Lord of the Flies, Chapter 12, Part 1 and Part 2. Use your resource and references that I have listed there for you. On Friday, we'll wrap this up by taking a look at a final assignment, putting all of these symbols and themes together. Have a great Wednesday and Thursday, and hope you enjoy the end of the Lord of the Flies.